So hi Riley, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you doing?
Doing good, thanks. So Christmas Bloody Christmas. I watched it the other day and was not what I was expecting, to be honest.
How did it differ? Tell me.
It was more extreme than I had anticipated by
Mm-hmm.
far.
Yep. It's
Um,
pretty full throttle.
so how did you come to be a part of this holiday horror movie?
Yes. So I have done quite a few holiday movies in the past. Uh I heard the name of this and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do another Christmas movie. I'm not doing it. And then I read the script and I was like, well, I have to do another Christmas movie because I love this. Yeah, I read the script and I was like, this is unlike anything I've ever heard in my life. Um, so yeah, I did the audition, got a call back, got to do like a Zoom session with Joe, the director. Um, and I just remember seeing him on Zoom and he's got this big black beard and long black hair and the rest of his background was completely blacked out, so I just saw his face like in the middle of the frame and I was like, what have I gotten myself into? And he had such a clear cut vision of what the film was and what the character was, and I was like, this man is more passionate than anyone I've ever met before. And we heard that he was interested. We met up for a coffee, discussed the film, discussed the character. And after that, I think we were both like, okay, we want to work with each other. Um, and then, yeah, next thing I knew, I was in Placerville, California, doing 2 months of overnight shoots and covered in blood. So it's great. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, there have been quite a few holiday horror movies in the past, and like this season's no exception. But what do you think, like, what about the holidays do you think makes it a perfect backdrop for horror?
I think because it's so wholesome, like the idea of the holidays is so wholesome and family oriented and obviously visually beautiful. And I think with horror movies, especially when they're like gory, like it's such a heightened, your senses are already heightened when there's like blood and screaming and like our movie, it's very like full on the whole time. And so your senses are already up here. And then plus all of the Christmas on top of it, it's just like sense overload completely. So I think that's why it works. And it also just like, I don't know, I think it just makes it a little more fun because you've been spending so much time with family over the holidays and you're like, I want to watch some people get killed, you
That makes sense. It does. That makes sense.
know?
Um, so I spoke with Joe a few days ago about the movie and about how the robot Santa was a real robot. So what was it like having an actual robot as a co-star?
um, difficult but so fun because it helped, like it really helped me believe everything that was going on because like if you're filming on a green screen or you have someone that's in like one of those green morph suits that's like acting like the person, you really have to rely on your imagination so much. And the fact that I actually had this terrifying robot there, I just felt like a little kid playing make believe and actually being really scared again. Like it was terrifying. Um and all of the mechanics, like I remember this one day they were showing me the jaw, how the jaw worked and clenched together, and there was this like flap of skin hanging off of it, and I was like, that's disgusting. I don't want to look at that. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And it like it yeah, it just really lent itself to the fact that everything in the movie is practical from beginning to end.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, like practical effects with everything. And I think it's really admirable that this entire team, who's never built a robot before, built a robot. Like that's sick.
Yeah, it's incredible. Um, and so was your final battle with the robot. Um,
Yeah.
What went into filming that? Because I know fight scenes are oftentimes very choreographed, but how do you choreograph with a robot?
A lot of that was kind of created on the day, which is I think what made it so exciting, because the final battle as well is like we're drenched in water. The overhead sprinklers are on. Joe also operates the camera, so he's getting soaked with me. It's freezing, and on top of that, we also have to like make sure this robot's not malfunctioning. And it was just like so intense, and like stakes were really high, and a lot of it was like it's all been ruminating in Joe's head for so long, and I think as soon as we get to set, he's so clear cut on everything that he wants that it makes it so easy to choreograph, because he's just like, okay, you're doing this, and I'm like, hey, what if I do this? I think that might be cool. He's like, sick, let's go for it. So it was kind of like impromptu, I guess.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Um, so with this movie, what is something that you are just so excited for people to see?
Um, I'm really excited for people to see something that is just like unrelentless on the senses. I really think that when you see this movie, it's just a good time and like a fun ride all the way through. Um, and honestly, I think people like, I think that last battle is just like epic. And also this scene where I'm like swerving the ambulance down the road. I just think there's a lot of fun, creative, like never seen before stunts. So I'm just excited for people to see that. And for honestly, selfishly, I'm excited for people to see me doing action, which I've never done before. And I like fell in love with completely. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's awesome. I didn't know that this was like your first
Yeah, first action film.
wow.
Yeah,
Are you hoping to do more of that in the future?
absolutely. Yeah. I've been saying to everyone that it's like ignited something in me that I didn't know was there. And now I feel I'm like, let me do it again. Let me do it again.
That's awesome. So are you working on anything now?
So I had a Christmas movie come out today on HBO Max, called A
Congratulations.
Hollywood Christmas. It's very wholesome, so if people want to watch that, they can. But yeah, in January, I will be working on a new project that is not Christmas related. So I'm looking forward to that.
Cool.
Yeah.
If people want to stay up to date with you and your work, where can they follow you?
Instagram. My name on Instagram is Goodbye Riley. And on Twitter, I think I'm Dandy Riley. Yeah, those are my main ones. I don't use Twitter that much, but I'm trying to be better about it. Instagram, I put my entire life on, and probably shouldn't, but yeah.
Sounds like the rest of us, to be honest.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, no one needs to know that, but that's all right.
All right, I'm getting the wrap-up signal. So is there anything else that you'd like to add about Christmas Bloody Christmas?
If there's a theater near you, go see it in theater. It's shot on 18mm film. It's beautifully shot. The colors are amazing. I really think if you can, go see this on a big screen. That's like the one thing I'm begging of people is if you have the opportunity to do that, because it's going to be an incredible viewing experience in a theater.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much for chatting. Again, I love the movie and I wish you all the best.
Thank you. I'm happy you liked it.